I love the cutesy holiday books. What can I say? As a December baby, I almost feel a need to read all of the Christmas books. Yes, including the ACOTAR one. I digress. But the Caraval one is almost sweet. There's just a few slight issues. But let's start from the beginning. First of all, the cover. She's gorgeous. I do love the sparkles. Um, and the interior artwork is gorgeous. Let me show you this real quick. Sorry if we're picking up noise in the mic, but we're attempting here. I'm trying to avoid other noises in the house. But it is so gorgeous. We have Scarlet up there with the crown. Tella is the blonde one. Legend, of course, is in his top hat. And then Julian. I love Julian. But yeah, it's so pretty. And I did like how they also have like a bunch of carousel characters with like, and all of them have crowns on them. It's very cute. Um, there we go. But we have from the top, we have a rabbit. We also have an owl, a wolf, a dragon, a penguin, a polar bear, a deer, a goose, a rat, a mermaid, a horse, and a fox. And yeah, it's really cool to see because they used almost a monochrome type style for the rest of the book. So for most of the images seen, it's mainly black and white with little like highlights of red, which I think is so pretty and so cool. And yeah, it's pretty much right after the last book in the series, the third book, like right here, somewhere on my shelf. But yeah, so we have the Christmas special. Well, it's not Christmas for them, but close enough. So there's a street that appears called Holly Jolly Lane, and Scarlet is in full Christmas mode. She loves the Great Holiday, which in this universe was created for the people so they could celebrate more, which I do really like that. And of course, there's like the Whisper Gazette, which I think I saw a little bit. I'm like 18 pages into Once Upon a Broken Heart, but I'm seeing more of the Whisper Gazette, and it's just kind of fun. And like, there's also like little goodies in here. And yeah, Scarlet is pretty much ramping with the holiday spirit. Like, there's one page here. Yeah. She's basically changed all the names in the castle. And it's so fun. She's even changed the castle's name itself. I can't remember what she named the castle. I think it's definitely Christmas. Let me double check that before I get. Yeah. Let me double check. Honestly, I'm a little tired today, but that's okay. Yeah, Nutcracker Castle. And there's a lot of like interesting lore bits. Like, they hide the nutcrackers because they like steal things, which is so interesting. And I love seeing like different takes on the holidays. Like, instead of Santa Claus, they have this witch that grants wishes, but only to, I do believe, only. So she waves her wand at exactly midnight on Great Holiday Eve. But you have to time your wish right. And it's really interesting because, one, we know that magic exists in Caraval, but it's never really directly stated that this type of magic is real. But I like to think it is because, well, we have the fates. But yeah, and it starts off with Tella going to find Scarlet, and she's like, "Hey, I need you to postpone the day." Mind you, they're still getting prepared for like the ball that's days away. And Scarlet goes, Donatella, why should I move the holiday? Like, it's been this way for centuries. And Tella, she can't find the perfect gift for her bow. She cannot find the perfect gift for Legend, which honestly understandable. They've been together for a very short time, though you don't really know a lot about each other. And like sometimes you want to give like some well not sometimes, but all the time, you want to give the people that hold a special place in your heart the best of everything. But what do you give Legend himself when he simply has seemingly everything? So she's like, okay, I gotta figure this out. So she's sent to Holly Jolly Lane, pretty much, this with my non-dominant hand. Oh, I forgot about this. But I also like how oh no, my earrings. That's okay. But they also have like little anecdotes just in case you forgot who the characters were. Like there's one for Aiko, and yeah, let me actually fix this quick. My little um water bottle earrings. Some of my favorites. There. Here we are. All fixed. But yeah, it's kind of have like Anthony anecdotes. There we are. And yeah, so there's this toy shop, and so the owner only opened up for one night, and he was sold out every year except when he eventually passed away. He left it to a special group of toys, which is rather interesting, honestly, because we see later on in the window, if I can find the picture here. Was it further back? There's another picture of the carousel creatures with a closer look at them, and they are so gorgeous. Oh, I love them so much. They're so pretty. But if I can find the picture with, I think, yeah, I went the wrong way. That's okay. Da, 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 it's only 200 pages. It's fairly short, but there we go. Garland Street, not Holly Jolly Street. There's a lot of holiday names. Like there's the Holly Jolly or the Jolly Holly, which even Stephanie Garber does point this out. But yeah, there she is. There's a ballerina, which we can assume is one of the toys left. It doesn't really explain a lot. It more focuses on like Tella's gift hunting. But yeah, so she goes to the store and she's like, this is goofy. So yeah, but she also has this book called How Not to Lose the Love of Your Life. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. So it gives advice like, if you have doubts that your partner loves you, it's they don't love you. It's like really weird advice, which for Tella's age, she's young, she's young. And honestly, she's looking for something to confirm that Legend loves her. And she's kind of looking for anything. And even she mentions, like, hey, this is a really stupid book. Why am I following this? Which I get sometimes we're like, hey, this is a really dumb idea. Let's do it. And it just makes Tella more human, honestly. And there's also the. So she meets Legend and she quickly hides the book. And then, yeah, there's the. My earrings keep falling. Okay, here's the book. It's How Not to Lose the Love of Your Life, brimming with advice guaranteed to change your life by Pandora Loveless, which is a fitting name because this advice is really, really bad. Yeah. But then, okay, there's Clockwork Boy. And Tella's just kind of like, hey, I should do this. And then she doesn't end up doing it, which, yeah, there's the Clockwork Boy. But after she gets off of Garland Street and the toy shop on Garland Street, she sees this boy and he's like selling these candies, which honestly look really good. But she can hear clockwork ticking in him as if he's a toy as well. So he pretty much offers her like one of these candies. And she's like, yummy, okay, but how much is it? And he pretty much just goes, oh, this is on the house. Immediately suspicious, thank you, kind. And then he basically kind of makes her eat it. And then she falls asleep, and then she's robbed. Her book's left with her, though. like her ring and her cash are gone. Like, but that does look delicious. I would fall for that. But yeah, so she pretty much. Also have like a little bit of different POVs. Like we have one from like Julian, and it's really funny because Julian is pretty much arguing with Legend about the Great Holiday because Legend isn't really fond of it, and Julian suspects that he's egotistical and he loves being the center of attention, and maybe the magic of the holiday season maybe overrides Legend's own magic, which is really interesting because Legend still has a little bit of magic left. Now, he can't bring back people from the dead, but I just like Julian better, not gonna lie. It's just Dante Dante is a good character. Don't get me wrong. But he's just so, and especially this book. I'll get more into this in a little bit, but it's also just he just feels icky. I mean, he's fine for a book boy, but like I've also been like looking into the Men of the Year, like TikTok trend. Nasty. But yeah, so Tella wakes up and she pretty much follows these girls for a Caraval um, audition. And she knows Legend is supposed to be out of town preparing for a Caraval, outside of town, not inside. And she's like, this is fake. I gotta go find so my boo's not having doppelgangers. So she pretty much goes in, and I've seen this trope a little too much for my own comfort at Yona of the Dawn. So she pretty much gets put into this really skimpy, kind of cute, like showgirl outfit. Even Shima, it's cute, but she doesn't. She's feeling lured at, so she doesn't really like how much it's showing because she wants to hide from this fake Legend. But yeah, she kind of gets bullied by the other girls, and then there's other girls who are helping her, and then she kind of goes out, and it's really bright on stage. And then the guy who does not sound like Legend tells her to show him her backside. But yeah, so and then she starts mouthing off to him, which you know what? You go tell him off because she's like, you're not my babe. And then the guy's like, okay, show this one to my chambers. And of course, I'm getting a little worried because yep. And then I do want to read the antidote. The footnote. I'm struggling with words today. That's okay. But about the nutcrackers. Most Spartans lock up their nutcrackers on Great Holiday Eve. Some people think it's a silly superstition, but others truly believe that when dreams escape on Great Holiday Eve, they slip into nutcrackers and bring them to life to eat cookies and unwrap presents and generally create minor mischief. Nutcrackers are nothing to fear, at least not usually. And this is, of course, when she's tied up, blindfolded, and gagged. And then she goes into this room, which she presumes is this guy's bedroom, and she's trying to get her stuff off. And then he starts speaking, and then her hands are on her, and he's like low key feeling her up, and it's kind of icky because she stays blindfolded way too long, and she stays tied up. But eventually, he has to go solve an issue, and she kind of is alone for a little bit, and then he comes back, and then they kind of just make out, except Tella doesn't start it, and she doesn't know who this man is yet. So he's pretty much just like trying to kiss her, and she's like, and I am not one for dubious consent. And not in the cute holiday book. Mind you, I had no warning. Granted, spoilers here, the mysterious man was in fact Dante, because in the last book, she did ask to be kidnapped. But yes, her sister and Julian were in on it, and everybody pretty much we interacted with were in on it. But still nasty. Yes, Dante did give her this gorgeous dress and helmet and a few other things. Let me actually go pull up the picture because I do love her dress in this. Because she does slay this. She does slay this so hard. And at this point, she does know it's Dante. But still, the reader doesn't. Well, there might have been signs. I might have just missed it. But I'm kind of made me feel icky. I do give this book like a 4 out of 5 stars. It would have been a 5 out of 5 if it wasn't for the weirdly dubious consent. But yeah, the final image is really cute. It's just Dante and Donatella snuggling in the snow because they're like in the snow globe. I don't know how I feel about this book because I do really want to like it. It's just the dubious consent in this book really bothers me. One, because I was given no warning, and if there's something like that, I do kind of want to know about it, especially when most holiday books are soft and it's not really addressed with Dante. Yes, she knew, but also like me, because she did take off the blindfold during their makeout sesh, and then he just left her. You see what I mean about Dante? He's just he's like so close. He's just not there. And it's just I don't know. But Julian, he's good and green. And he's listening to his wife. They aren't married yet. At least not on page. Yeah. Because Dante isn't in the spirit, but Julian fully is in the spirit. He is supporting. He is supportive of his girl, as a man should, as anybody should to their partner. And it's just he's so much better. I wish we had more of him on the book. I did like Spectacular. I maybe would have liked a Scarlet and Julian book instead, just because in book 3 they weren't really showcased as much. And maybe I would like have had them work through their trauma because Julian's trauma is not really addressed. Granted, he has not only passed away multiple times, he was tortured in the last book, and it's just kind of there. Do I still love this series so far? Absolutely. I love the Carvel series, and so far, I'm loving the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, but it's there's missing pieces, and yes, not all pieces have to be answered, but it's still maybe we should address trauma, because the one thing I really like about Sarah J. Maas's works is she really delves into trauma and like working through that, which I do really like. But this one, yes, it kind of hints at that, but even in Donatella, she's passed away. Her father, her sister's father, having her sister be in the clutches she's also only like 17. And you just can't really deal with it fully. And of course, maybe the series is too short to fully play with that. But I do see her trauma response with like the How Not to Lose the Love of Your Life book, because she's, yes, it's a bad coping mechanism, but she's still trying to work through her issues of abandonment, which is actually a really good way to show that. But yeah. Otherwise, I will never be skipping a holiday book, including the Agarter one, as I've said before. As I've said before. It was cute. I liked having my favorite characters have a moment of peace. I do love that. But yeah, I wish it had given me not dubious consent. Because it did give me more lore, though. I'm happy about the lore. It's just dubious consent. There's a genre for that. There's a genre. Cute, fluffy holiday romance? Maybe not. Maybe not. But yeah, that's it for today, lovelies. Go drink some water, have some fun today, and as always, lovey lovelies. Bye.